Welcome back to my channel.
What if everything you know about America's history is only half the truth? What if the land of freedom was built not just on dreams, but on blood, betrayal, and power struggles? From lost civilizations to secret deals, to wars that changed the entire world. This is not the textbook version. This is the real story of America. America, the land of opportunity, innovation, and freedom. But behind the bright image lies a complex, often dark, and deeply fascinating history. Before skyscrapers, before independence, before even Europeans set foot on this land, America had its own story, one that is rarely told. Today, we are going to uncover that story, from ancient civilizations to global superpower. Long before Christopher Columbus sailed across the Atlantic in 1492, millions of people were already living in North America. These were not primitive tribes, as often portrayed. They were advanced societies. The Mississippian culture built massive cities, like Cahokia, larger than London at the time. They had trade networks, agriculture, and complex social systems. Meanwhile, Native American nations, such as the Iroquois Confederacy, developed political systems that would later inspire parts of the United States Constitution. But history changed forever in 1492. When Christopher Columbus arrived in the Americas, he did not discover a new world. He collided with an existing one. What followed was not exploration, but conquest. European powers, like Spain, France, and England, rushed to claim land. But with them came disease, smallpox, measles, wiping out millions of Native Americans. Entire civilizations vanished within decades. By the early 1600s, England began establishing permanent colonies. The first successful one, Jamestown in 1607. Life was brutal. Starvation, disease, and conflict with Native Americans made survival uncertain. Then came Plymouth Colony in 1620, famous for the Pilgrims. But the story often told is incomplete, of peaceful coexistence. Conflicts, like King Philip's War, became some of the deadliest wars in American history. As colonies grew, so did the demand for labor. This led to one of the darkest chapters in American history, the transatlantic slave trade. Millions of Africans were forcibly brought to America. They were treated as property, stripped of identity, and forced into brutal labor. Slavery became deeply embedded in the economy, especially in the South. This was not just a side story. It was central to the foundation of the nation. By the 1700s, tensions between the colonies and Britain began to rise. Taxes, control, power. The famous protest, the Boston Tea Party. In 1776, something historic happened. The colonies declared independence through the Declaration of Independence, led by figures like Thomas Jefferson. The Revolutionary War began. Against all odds, the colonies defeated Britain. And in 1783, the United States of America was born. After independence, America needed a system of government. This led to the creation of the United States Constitution. It promised liberty, justice, and rights. But there was a contradiction. Freedom existed, but not for everyone. Women could not vote. Slavery still existed. Native Americans were pushed aside. America was free, but not equal. By the 1800s, the issue of slavery had divided the nation. Northern states wanted to abolish it. Southern states depended on it. This led to the American Civil War. It was one of the bloodiest wars in history. Led by Abraham Lincoln, the Union fought to preserve the nation and end slavery. In 1863, Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation. Slavery was officially abolished after the war. But equality, that was still far away. After the Civil War, America began to grow rapidly. Railroads expanded, and cities grew. Immigrants from all over the world arrived, chasing the American dream. At the same time, Native Americans were forced off their lands. Events like the Trail of Tears showed the brutal cost of expansion. America was rising, but not without suffering. In the 20th century, America became a global power. It played a major role in both World War I and World War II. After World War II, America emerged as a superpower. But with power came tension. The Cold War began. It wasn't fought with direct battles, but with fear, politics, and nuclear threats. Even in the 20th century, racial inequality remained strong. This led to the Civil Rights Movement. Leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. fought for equality. Through protests, speeches, and courage, change began to happen. Laws were passed, and rights were expanded. But the struggle for equality didn't end, it evolved. From the Apollo 11 moon landing to technological revolutions, America pushed boundaries. It became a leader in innovation, culture, and global influence. But challenges remain: political divisions, social issues, and global responsibilities. America today is powerful, but still evolving. So, what is the real history of America? It is not just a story of freedom. It is a story of contradictions, of greatness and oppression, of hope and hardship. America was not built overnight. It was shaped by millions of people, countless struggles, and defining moments. And the story is not over yet. If you want more real, untold stories like this, subscribe now. Because history is not just what happened. It is what we choose to remember.